EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present second round coverage of the Open Championship. So the action is underway, and we'll take you out now to our featured golfer here at number 1. Stepping up to the first tee for this second round, Frank, what's the mindset, do you think?
Has to be, hopefully, like yesterday, where they played extremely well. If we get another carbon copy of that, we're in for some real delight.
That ball is lost in the water. Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. He's hit the green, but his work is by no means finished. A difficult putt coming up from about 25 feet. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That's a poor putt to start.
Wicked, to say the least.
Just a couple of feet. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Now to the second hole here at the Open Championship. And Frank, what's the best way to attack?
Ideally, if you're not the longest hitter, just down the right side. But if you've got some wind conditions, wind behind your back, you can nearly drive this green.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a good-looking shot. Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Frank, talk about the strategy off the tee here at the third.
You can drive the ball pretty close to this green, Rich. It's shorter than the second hole. Just hit it down the right side, but try and avoid those little pot bunkers.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, one of the unique characteristics of the old course is that only the 1st, 9th, 17th, and 18th holes have their own greens.
Yeah, there's 7 double greens out there, and double greens, they all add up to the number 18. So if you're on the 5th, it's adjoined by the 13th, or the 6th is the 12th. As well as there's a whopping 112 bunkers, and believe me, they're all in play.
They each have their own name, all 112?
Pretty much so, yeah. There's a few with, there's the Beardies and the Corks and the Principals and those. There's some that do stand out, but none of them are very inviting, that's for sure.
And the Road Hole bunker, that's one of the most famous in the world. Not very big.
No, it's probably the size of a couple of tables. It's not quite as deep as it was. That bank is a little less severe now than it used to be in years gone by, probably so they can save a bit of sand, because it gets a bit of excavation day in, day out. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, he's done it. That's an eagle right there. Tremendous effort. Moving on to the par 4 6th hole here at the birthplace of golf. This hole shares a green actually with the 12th. How do you work your way around this hole, Frank?
Some sort of tee shot, 3 bunkers that look like they're in the left center of the fairway and a series of bunkers down the right. So somehow bisect those and then you set yourself up to a green with a false front. That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot. Good look at the green. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. He's made it. Over the ball here at the 7th, and Frank, if you had to script a game plan here, what would it look like?
You could drive this pretty close to the green. This is a green that's shared with the 11th, the par 3, and so you won't see that tee shot finish, but you can actually drive very, very close to a bunker called the shell, which is the one that protects the par 3 11th. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Workmanlike hole, he walks away with a par. Par 3 8th hole here at the Open Championship. And Frank, why is it so difficult to get the ball close here?
Well, there's the bunker on the left side. There's a little bit of a downslope there. This is the first par 3 that you'll play, and it's just tough to judge that distance perception. You've really got to be accurate on your yardage here.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. And Frank, the Open Championship coming back to the home of golf this summer.
Yeah, and remember, too, the last time it was here, Louis Oosthuizen at the 9th hole, he had no problem driving this par 4. So let's see if you can do the same. If you can carry that last bunker down there, there's every chance that your tee shot can run onto this very flat green. When he goes after it like he is here.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side. But, Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet.
You'd like that one again.
You like that right there, Frank?
Beautiful lag putt. Great pace.
Clean this up with a tap. Go ahead and do that for birdie. Frank, what are we looking at here at the famed par 3 11th at the old course?
Well, the most difficult, there is only 2 par 3s here at the old course, and this one's called high, elevated green, and you've got to fly that bunker that protects the front of the green. That's called the Strath bunker. You really take anything on this green. You make a 2 here, you'll make a move on the field.
This one looks right on point. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. These putts keep the round together. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
Good swing, good shot yet again. I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in one.
Great sense of speed in that. I know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The 2 bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday. He's trying for another one today. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the 4th hole. The 4th hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option. Rich, there's great drives of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Wrong time to be leaking oil here at the 14th hole, Frank.
Well, to state the obvious, too, that was very makeable. That's the one you'd expect to make more often than not. That's going to hurt. A good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
Time to tee it up here at the 15th as we begin the closing stretch here at the Open Championship of the Old Course at St. Andrews.
There's a big steeple in the distance, so even when it starts to fog in a bit, if you can keep your eye on that, that's a good line off the tee. And you've got to keep it, your tee shot just short of this sort of heather, big crop of heather down the left side. It still leaves you a lengthy second shot, but really that's the safest way to try and play this par 4 15th. Very good par 4.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, he knew it right from the start. Just a poor putt. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. 16th hole is a par 4 here at the old course, Frank, with another one of those sort of funky features.
Yes, a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose, plus that out of bounds on the right. So really err on the side of caution, avoiding both the out of bounds and the Principal's Nose. Nothing wrong with going a little bit left here, but the further left you go, then it makes that second shot that much harder because you'll have to bring it across that little top bunker in the front with the wedge.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
That will be a great look at birdie. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Makes the putt for a birdie. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole, is that all those problems you're very aware of. It's just, can you avoid them?
This is the second shot at the par 4. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Headed for home now with a Royal and Ancient behind the green. A chance to cross the Swilken Bridge, just as Jack Nicklaus did, as Arnold Palmer did, as so many of the legends of the sport have done. This is a special place in the game. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Might be. Could be. Oh, he's going to love it.
How far was that? That was miles away. Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament.